guys, Tammy here. I'm back with a project share, I guess you could say. I recently bought the Eileen Whole wrapped journal die, which is like 13 inches long. So I've learned a couple things, and I just wanted to kind of come on here and show you the journal that I made for a friend of mine for Halloween. I think she loves Halloween just as much as I do. So anyway, yeah, so that's what I wanted to do. So what I did was I took, this is black, not cardboard, but chipboard. And it's a medium weight, I believe. It's not the heavy chipboard. It's a medium weight. So you can actually get away with using it on this die. It cuts through it like butter. I love it. I tried using just cardstock and I did not like how it turned out. That was my first attempt. Again, I have never used this die before. I am not a journal maker, but now that I've gotten this die and I put this one together, I'm like, yeah, I am going to start making journals and they're going to get better and better as I go along. I know it. So anyway, so two things I got was, so this is the Eileen Whole wraparound journal, okay? Now, if you have a piece of chipboard that is longer than 12 inches, that is going to be perfect for this die. However, I feel like when they made this die, they didn't really take into consideration that a lot of people that use chipboard or paper pads or whatever, they're only 12 inches. So when you use this to cut your paper, what I do is, I don't really care, I don't know why this is doing this, but I don't really care about this end, because this end, I think that's what I want to say. Let me see. Okay, so I have learned, let me show you. When I cut this, what I do is I want this end to be longer. I don't really, no, that's the mistake I made. Okay, that's the mistake I made. So let me rephrase that. So what you want is, what? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot that. Here, let me open this one. I'm waiting for it. I just made another one. But, yeah, okay, so I was right. You want your paper mostly on this end, because even if you cut off a sliver down here, it's not going to matter, because it's going to go on the inside and you're not going to see it. And if you round the corners, nobody's going to know that that's what you did. So I really feel like you don't even need all that extra. Like, they could have done this die like that and been fine. But anyway, so I put the cardstock in there so that I make sure that I get this end rounded like that, and then this one I'm not so concerned about. So then when I cut it, I'll just take the corner rounder and round those and see how it covers it, so it doesn't even matter. Like, you still have room to go like that. But anyway, so that's what the wrap die looks like. And I didn't have any extended plates, so it was really funny because I was trying to make this with the short plates, and yeah, that doesn't work. Okay, trust me, don't do that. I had more cuts than I really needed, so just trust me, don't do that one. So anyway, so I got that. I love the die, other than the fact that it's super long. And I did buy the extended cutting plate so that I could use it. So I'm super excited about that. And then, so what I did on this one, excuse me, this piece here I had already done on this cardstock, and when I did it on just the cardstock, even with the mats, it was super flimsy, and here like would bend in, and it wasn't because my elastic was too tight. It was just not very sturdy like the chipboard pieces, okay? So what I did was I cut it up and I just mounted those onto this black one that I cut out, and yeah, I think it turned out really, really cute. And then I added this, a friend of mine, Jesse, when I went to visit him in California, he gave me some really, really pretty gathered ribbon, and so I used that on the outside. And then for the bling, which I glued with art glitter glue, so I'm not really worried about it coming off. But I used, and I'm gonna go get the fabric tack that everybody talks about, because this Fabric Fusion by Eileen's, I hate it. Like, it takes forever to dry, and if you have something like this, you really have to, like, you have to put something in the center like this to make sure that it's going to stick to your surface, and it takes forever. So I definitely think I'm going to use, I was trying to go cheap, but I don't, sometimes quality over quantity is what I say. But anyway, I got it to stick, and it's on there now, so it's not going anywhere. And then on my journals, it doesn't come with a hole in the center, but I am putting holes in the center and then putting a piece of elastic. And I might also use some of the binder, what is that? The binder tape? Let me show you. What is this called? Oh, seam binding. So you know the crinkled seam, the really pretty, like, I think it feels like kind of like satin seam binding. Not the folded one, but just the regular seam binding. So I bought this from BC Hands. I think this was on Etsy. And you get 34 yards, 17 colors, 2 yards per color. So, and you know, I can still color this with alcohol ink if I want to add some different colors to, you know, to a piece that I want to use or whatever. But, so I'm thinking maybe I might use these for closures on some of my journals as well. But anyway, back to this one. And then I used to make jewelry, and I don't make jewelry anymore because my eyes are not as good as they used to be, and I'm not ready for bifocals. So, but I do have a good jewelry supply. So for this particular book, I made this dangly charm, dangle, whatever you want to call it, and I used some of the little charms and stuff that I had in my stash, along with these little plastic moons that I've had for like ever, and then these little swirl gold buttons, and then some just regular seed beads, and then some block beads, and then this little pumpkin bell, which it does, like, you can't really hear it because of the rest of them, but it does jingle. It's got a little bell in there. And then a big jump ring, orange jump ring. I had like a ton of these because I was going to get into making like the chainmail stuff, chainmail jewelry, and never did. So I've got these in different colors, and I thought that would be perfect. So it's got a little skull too on there, which was really cute. And I can't, because I can't see very well, I don't know if he lost an eye or not, but oh well, that just adds to it, I think. So here's another piece of that paper from this journal that I tried at the beginning, and this is the what I had on the back, so I cut that out. So it's Happy Halloween. It's a little, this is the Coco and Reno die from October, and it's, I missed that piece right there. I don't know how I got that there. Okay, so anyway, this is one of their dies, so I cut that out and used it on the back, and I love it. I think it's super cool. And then on the inside, I added my own pockets with the paper collection, and then I cut out these little cards to just slip in there so she can do, you know, if she wants to use them in a project, she can, or if she wants to write on the back of them, she can. She can do whatever she wants with them. And then here's some more little, I put a corner pocket with some Halloween greetings, got candy. So I don't like to do a lot with stuff when I put it in journals because sometimes I'll decorate it, but I'm not a big journal maker. I'm just getting into this, and this is easy for me to do, so I will be doing lots of these. I can make the handmade journals, but it's too time consuming, and I don't have that kind of time. So anyway, so on these, what I did was I was watching one of the videos of someone that used the Eileen Hall die, and apologize, I don't remember who it was, but she used these little paper pads, and I thought, wow, you know, those are really tall in the book. So what I did was I did her suggestion. I took and I cut 1/8 of an inch off with a box cutter. So I laid it flat on my cutting surface. I have this little cutting board. Laid it flat like that, and then I just cut off 1/8 of an inch here and 1/8 of an inch here, which is actually where that little bend, the little round part of the corner is. Cut those off after I covered them, and this is what they look like. So I don't know if that one is that one the same size? Let me see. I don't know. One of these I cut. Yeah. So you can see it's about 1/4 of an inch. Cut that down, and that way it'll fit like right into the book, and it won't be too tall, and it won't, you know, struggle with the elastic. So I covered that in paper and then cut these little, that's what these are, little cards, and matted it on some green for that one. And then I didn't want to put like a bunch of these books in here because I thought that was kind of overkill. I did one with the plain paper, and then I decorated another one, and this one has the striped paper. And these are the Dollar Tree 3 in a package mini composition books. So I cover those, decorate the outside, and that just fits right in there really nicely. I don't have to cut it down or anything. I love that. And then I was watching a video, I think Sizzix. I think the lady was from Sizzix, and she made these little like side pocket folders, whatever you want to call them. And I was like, I kind of like that because, you know, she can use the cards, she can use the tags, she can write on them, or she can actually use them for gifts or whatever. It doesn't matter. It'll be her book. And then you can, you know, put notes or whatever you want in here. It's a journal, so however people use journals. I'm not a big journal person. Like I said, I don't really use them. I have like 3 or 4, and they just sit for years. But anyway, so I made that, cut that down, and I made 2 of those, one for that second spot, and then another one for the back of it. That's that. And then, like I said, here's the pocket, and then here's the other pocket. So anyway, I really like how this turned out. It's super cute. I didn't have the lace and the bling on the side, and I thought it kind of looked bland. So that's what I did. I added that. So anyway, that's my project chair. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and then the little bell icon to the right. If you hit that, you'll be notified when I upload new videos. Feel free to share my video on Facebook with your friends, however you want. I don't mind. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below in the comments section. And I always ask that you be nice. So I hope everyone has a blessed weekend. Stay safe, stay warm, and I will talk to you guys later.